Hello, lovely fellow Americans. Are you on a list? We all are. What kind of list you're on is what will determine whether or not, under the Trump regime, you're going to be arrested and put in a concentration camp. Because we are living in a recreation of Nazi Germany. We don't like to admit this, especially people that are MAGA, who are ignoring history's lessons, who are just worshiping the golden calf. But we are. We're all on a list. It can say that you're harmless. It can say that you're a potential enemy of the state. It can say you're on Trump's personal enemies list that he's going to get revenge for. Or it could say something else, because there's several lists. But at least since the 1970s, every United States citizen has been on one of those lists. And it's not going to stop me from peaceful protesting. It's not going to stop me from speaking and using my free speech to speak out against the things that I see wrong with what is happening in our government, with what is happening with ICE, with what is happening with the people being genocided in Gaza and Palestine and other places in the world. I'm going to keep speaking about the fires and what's happening with the fires. The things that I used to speak about constantly on TikTok, I'm still going to keep speaking about them. I'm going to try to be a little more vocal on both of my channels here or on YouTube. That, I'm going to try. And I'm going to try to be more active on YouTube, even with my crafting. Right now it's kind of up in the air with a lot of it because we're having maintenance work done on the house, so it gets kind of wild around here some days. But I'm about halfway finished with my blanket. And I also found the hair that I'm going to use to root the two reborn dolls, the big ones that the indigenous dolls for my grandmama and Grandpa Theron, that were my last two reborns that I had, reborn kits that I bought, that I'm never going to buy any more reborns again. I'm having to think very carefully about my collections and what all I'm doing, because I'm getting very perilously close to being a, quote, hoarder. Even though I go through things every 3 to 6 months and start getting rid of stuff, it seems like I get more stuff right behind. But it's weird that possessions are really not all that much to me. I don't get super attached. Part of that's like because I spent so many years homeless. So I don't get super attached to stuff. I start collecting stuff when I get a place. But if I have to walk away from it, oh well, I have to walk away from it. And I don't get super attached to people like I used to, because people, I can't trust like I once did. And at 72, all the people I knew, even the ones that didn't betray that trust, have moved away. Some of them have wound up in jail. A bunch of them had died, and died very young because of various things like multiple sclerosis and cancers. And I've had quite a number of people I knew died from AIDS back during the AIDS epidemic. In my family, everybody's gone except my cousins, and we're not a close family. I'm about to lose the cousin that I'm the closest to, the one that's the same age as I am, because of health issues. Both he and his wife have some pretty severe health issues going on right now, and they're in and out of the hospital. I have a niece, great niece, who, actually she's my niece. She's in and out of the hospital right now. She's had problems, and she's a young lady. She's only in like her late 20s. She's got some severe health problems, and her kids, who are my great nieces and nephews, she's got a big family. She raised her brothers, and plus she's got 4 or 5 children of her own. So she's got like 9 kids that she's raising. And her husband hasn't been able to keep work. And they're going to be devastated if something happens to her. Well, my other nephew that I've never met, he's doing fine. But he and his father and mother, we don't talk. We're no contact. And that's my brother's wish. And the one brother that I'm still in contact with, I worry about him because he's got health problems too. I'm looking at, I can't be holding on to people because they're all leaving. And soon enough, I'll be leaving. I've only got another 10 or 20 years to live. Every day right now, I'm just grateful for every day. Having cancer and fighting it and beating it, that doesn't mean it won't come back. I mean, with my dad, he beat prostate cancer and it came back and he died of leukemia. I think my mom had a breast cancer scare at one time, but she died of brain cancer. And with my family, it's not a matter of if. You got diabetes, it was when. And I've got hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, so, I have to watch my diet. And so it doesn't flip over into diabetes. And so here I've got this situation in my family. We've got cancer, we've got diabetes, we've got all these really serious health issues going on. And so it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And everybody's going to die sooner or later. So I don't get attached. I do get attached to my animals. And it breaks my heart every time I lose one. It's hard, you know? But I'm still going to keep talking. I'm still going to keep using my freedom of speech as long as it lasts. And I don't care that I'm on a list. I've been on a list since the 1970s. And I'm pretty sure right now I'm on the list of Donald Trump's enemies. Because I have never in his entire life since he was 18 years old when he first came in my radar considered him a worthwhile human being. I've never liked him. And to me, he was just a rich kid that had too much money and was too full of himself. And he was a bully and a coward. And that's all he's ever been. I don't like him. And honestly, when he gets and starts making a speech, if I can manage to get through 5 minutes of his ramblings and not be so angry I want to punch something, it's a miracle. The man pushes every last button, every last nerve for me, and always has. And I don't agree with his policies at all. He has not done one single thing since he got in office that has actually benefited American citizens. His whole presidency is about self-aggrandizement, patting himself on the back, and getting revenge for his enemies or perceived enemies. And he's not even trying to hide it now. He's straight up saying it and doing it. And the people that have become just like him because they think that that curries his favor. He doesn't even like you. You'll be okay. We'll all be okay. But just because you're MAGA, don't think you're safe from being on one of those lists. You're on a list. You're either somebody that can be manipulated and thrown away when he gets tired of you, or like me, you're on a list that says potential enemy. But you've been on that list longer than he's been running for office. Because those lists have existed since at least the 1970s. The FBI and the CIA and a bunch of other alphabet agencies. There's lists and data for every single person that lives in the United States. Which list you're on and what gets done about being on that list is a whole nother story. I'm not going to be afraid of being on a list. I'm just going to keep doing my crafts, and I'm just going to keep doing my blankets, and I'm going to keep exercising my freedom of speech. It's guaranteed to me in the First Amendment and the Constitution. And I've read my Constitution. Have you? Have you read the entire thing? The Constitution itself, the Bill of Rights, and and the whole 27 amendments. I mean, the first 10 are like the Bill of Rights, but the whole 27 amendments that have expounded upon what those rights are. Have you read them? You can go to the Internet Archive and get a copy of the United States Constitution if you don't have one. And you can read it. Or you can buy the Constitution as a book on Amazon. There's no reason to be ignorant of what your rights are and what this government is doing. So I'm going to stop here because I'm starting to ramble. I love you guys, and I hope you have a really great weekend.